Hi, I'm April Michelle, and you have tuned in to a person that is battling a very severe condition related to an autoimmune disease called Lupus SLE. I was diagnosed in 2014 on my birthday. And with that being said, I'm doing this video because it's a follow-up for the last two videos I've done related to me being in a lupus flare. I went to the hospital, just to get a quick synopsis, I went to the hospital on July 13th because I was feeling really sick and not doing any better. I progressively was getting worse. And I had to go to the emergency room. And for those of you that don't have lupus, it feels as if you're in a constant state of having the flu. Yes. So imagine every day you feel like you have the flu. Well, in this instance, it wasn't just the beginning phases of the flu. It was the downright, like barely can move, barely can walk, throwing up, diarrhea, headaches, barely can sit up, the whole gamut when it's related to that. That's what I was going through. So I go to the emergency room, they consult my primary and my rheumatologist, and instead of admitting me into the hospital, they decided to give me a high dose of IV steroids. So I was there for about 4 to 5 hours. They got the steroids in me, they got fluids in me for the dehydration. Ran my blood work, and of course the blood work came back that I was in a flare. So my rheumatologist, which is a phenomenal guy, I don't think I will ever find another doctor, let alone a rheumatologist, as great as he is. He prescribed me 40 milligrams of steroids to take until I can come see him, which is today, the 27th of June. So I was taking the 40 milligrams for roughly 3 days initially, and I still wasn't feeling any better. So I upped the steroids by 20 to 60 milligrams a day and did that for 2-3 days. That I still was not feeling any better. So I went up to 80 milligrams of steroids. Then I started to feel somewhat better, where I can function, where I can sit up, where I wanted to talk and wanted to be bothered, and, keeping my food down, the whole thing that's associated with that. So I come to the doctor today and find out that, hey, it's good that you took the steps to increase it gradually because of your history, the last 10 years. You kind of know the path that I would have taken. So I'm glad that you did that, but we have to have a different type of conversation. So this is the hard part for me, and I'm going to try my best not to get emotional about it. But he believes that my kidneys are now being impacted because of lupus, because of my blood work. So I have to do a 24-hour urine test, get additional blood work, and he's putting me on Benlysta. I've never been on Benlysta. Initially, he was totally against Benlysta. He did not feel that Benlysta was beneficial to minorities a few years back. This is probably about 6 years back, about maybe 5-6 years back. So he didn't put me on it. Well, now that it appears that lupus may be affecting my kidneys, he has determined that the best course of action is for me to get on Benlysta so we can start decreasing the steroids once again. Now keep in mind, I roughly have been off of steroids prior to now about, I want to say 6 to 8 months. No, take that back. About 8 to 12 months I hadn't had any steroids. So, which is really good for me because I was taking them every single day for a number of years. So he was really trying to keep me off of the steroids, but now I've been forced to be back on them. The side effects of steroids are horrible to the body, not to mention just weight gain. It's hard to lose weight. You gain a lot of weight. You have a lot of fluid on your body. It affects the bones and your teeth and your vision, and it's all these things that the steroids, they help with so many things, but they also can affect so many things. And in my case, it's affecting me in a negative way, but helping me at the same time. So I have to start decreasing my steroids. So I'm gonna start taking 70, and then after a few days, go down to 60. Then after a few days, just keep the downgrade of steroids until I'm completely off of them again, in hopes that this Benlysta is approved by my insurance. If it's approved by my insurance, we'll try this. Hopefully it works. I would have loved him to say that you're in remission or you're going in the right direction to remission, but that is not my story. My story is I have lupus. I'm a lupus warrior. I'm strong, and God gives his hardest battles to his strongest soldiers, and I happen to be that strong soldier. Yes, it's emotionally and mentally draining. I mean, you just could not imagine how emotionally and mentally draining this whole last 10 years have been on me. But with prayer, I have been able to really not allow it to put me in such a deep funk or depression. I have my moments, so I'm not going to sit here and say I don't. But when you don't have a support system, or you have minimal support system, and in my case, my support system is small, extremely small, and I don't have outlets of other people that I can talk to about this, because they don't understand. They think going to exercise will make this thing better. Do that, and it's not making my situation better. Changing my diet. I was a pescatarian for years, an extreme pescatarian, would not eat anything with meat associated with it. And I, unfortunately, when I got sick and I wasn't getting any better, I said, well, you need to start eating some meat. You need that protein. You need the meat in your diet. So I gradually started incorporating meat back into my diet. And even with that change, that didn't improve anything or make anything better. I'm not going to say it made it worse, but it didn't make it better. I eliminated dairy. Didn't make it any better. I eliminated sweets and sugary drinks and all those things, and that did not make it better. Yeah, it helped me lose a little weight when I wasn't on the steroids, but it did not take away the lupus or make it any better. And it's so disheartening that people who have never been exposed to someone with lupus, or don't take the time to educate themselves about lupus, is really hard to deal with. And the reason I say it's hard to deal with is because some people have the impression that, oh, it can't be as bad as you're making it out to be. Oh, you don't look sick. Because you look at me, minus my cane, you would think, oh, she's not sick. She's fine. But the reality is, I am sick. And I find it difficult and hard to keep explaining that to people and trying to educate them on what lupus is and how it has impacted me. It's impacted me in so many different ways, but I'm strong, and I'm not going to let it win over me emotionally and mentally. I'm going to stay strong in that area, and I'm going to continue to fight, and I'm going to continue to be an advocate for myself, because in the medical field, these doctors and these medical facilities are a mess, and they're really bad when it comes to minorities. They automatically assume that because you're black and I'm a woman, that I'm drug seeking. or I'm faking the illness, or it can't be as bad as I'm saying it is as in regards to the pain, and just getting the worst possible medical care. And I refuse to be that one. So I file complaints, and I go online to I can't remember the name of the site, but it's a doctor's review site where you can go place reviews. I've done that on doctors. I've gone to appointments where doctors are asking me, what's your highest educational level? What does that have to do with how you're going to treat me? And then when they find out, oh, she's educated. Oh, she has a master's degree. Oh, she was this. Oh, she did that. Then they start to treat me better and treat me different. But it shouldn't matter what type of education I have. What should matter is that I'm a patient with a condition, and you have the tools and the knowledge readily available to you, that I'm entrusting that you're going to make the right medical decisions to help me improve, get better, or stay status quo, and not determine how you're going to treat me based on my educational or economical background. So I have become a strong advocate for myself and not tolerating anything that's not right, anything that's not acceptable, and having those difficult conversations with doctors and asking those difficult questions to ensure that I'm getting the quality of care that I need, researching things that they tell me, looking online, joining different Facebook groups, seeing what people are talking about, seeing if it can benefit me or if the information I have can help someone else. Because people should not be out here struggling and fearful or getting subpar care because they are afraid or don't know the right questions to ask or what can be asked of them, and how the services should be provided to them. I love being me. I love being the strong person that I am. I love being a caring, compassionate person who wants the best, not just for me, but I want to do these videos for other people to let them know that you are not alone and you do not have to accept anything, regardless if it's from doctors, whether it's from your family, whether it's from your friends, whatever it is, you do not have to accept it because you are sick. You can do all things if you believe in yourself and you continue to do the right things and manage what you can, take advantage of any services that are out there that can help you, and trying to build a foundation of people who understand or attempt to understand what you're going through and how it's impacting you and affecting you. But at the same time, I will say, don't lay around and be in the woe is me state. Try to be active. Try to do some things on your own. Yes, it may take you a little longer than it used to, but make that effort. If taking a bath takes you an hour, so what? Get a bath stool and take your bath. If folding clothes take you longer than normal, so what? Fold those clothes. Do little things that will make you feel better. If you want to cook you something to eat, cook you something to eat. Get a stool or a bench or something or a chair, put in the kitchen so that you can do those things. But don't limit yourself, because this is not a death wish. This is just a situation that has occurred in how you find your new normal. And that's what it is, really, finding your new normal. Once you have established what your new normal is, what your limitations are, then your life will be filled with happiness and joy. I still travel. Traveling takes a lot out of me, but I still do it because it makes me happy. It makes my family happy. It gives me an opportunity to get away from the four walls of my city and see other things, experience other things, and have fun and have a life. I am at a point in my life and at the age that I am, I don't feel the age that I am. I honestly don't. I feel 10, 15 years younger. The only thing that makes me feel my age is due to the fact that I have lupus. If I could take lupus off the equation, I would be perfectly fine. It's just really difficult and hard. I hope this video touches someone to let people know that you don't have to be fearful or hesitant to be associated with people with lupus. Wrap your arms around them, because that's what they need. They need people to just love on them and care for them. And that goes a long way. That helps them. So, as I was saying, I'm at my doctor's appointment, and it's over now. And I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie, I'm scared that my kidneys are being impacted by lupus. That's another thing that I have to put on the list of things that I'm already dealing with. But I know my faith in God is going to allow me to get through this like I've gotten through everything else. And I ask that you guys really listen to what I've said. And if you have questions, ask. For my friends and family that's watching this video, know that I love you. But also know that I need your support too, because I'm not always strong, and I'm not the same person I used to be 10 years ago. But I am still the person that's as loving and caring and compassionate, and will give you the last of anything that I have. And just be aware of that. And check on me. Check on me. You know, don't be scared to ask me to come out, to come to your house, to do things. Sometimes I may not be able to do it because my lupus may not permit me to do it, but at least extend the offer. And let's see where we go from there. I know this video may seem to be a little all over the place in conversation, but I'm just saying what's on my heart and talking about what's on my heart. And I hope no one takes it personal, but it's just what I feel and how this appointment has brought out another side of emotions with me. And know that I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be fine. This is just a down moment for me. And maybe an hour from now, I'll be fine jumping up around. Not literally, but, you know, I'll be fine. But right now, I just needed to get this off my mind and off my heart. And one thing I want to say before I end this is love yourself. Just love yourself. Because if you don't love yourself first, you can't love anybody else. If you don't love yourself first, people will run all over you and take advantage of you. You have to love yourself first. So I thank you for taking the time to even click on this video. I ask that you like and you subscribe to this channel. And I promise, as I get better, I have so many things from Timu that I need to start doing videos on that I just haven't gotten around to because I felt so bad. So I'm hoping once I start taking this Benlysta, things will turn around and I'll have more energy to be able to do the things that I say I'm going to do and follow through with them. So I wish you guys a great day and see you on the next video.